All right, folks. Well, here's a quick tip for you when it comes to correcting perspective and distortion in photos. Most often it's going to be a photo, a wide type of a photo, usually of buildings of some sort, tall buildings that was shot with a wide angle lens. And you can see the problem we have here. This building kind of looks like it's leaning over. All right, and that happens a lot when you use a wide angle lens with tall buildings. Well, we can fix that. All right, the first thing to do, just to kind of spot it. Now, this is pretty obvious, but you can press Command R on the Mac or Control R on a PC. That brings up the ruler around your image here. And then you can click in the ruler and drag out, and you get these guides. And if I look in the middle, okay, this is a vertical guide, so everything should be vertical, and it pretty much is. But if I click on this guide and drag it over here, you can see that that building is way off. Now, I could see it before, but sometimes it's just not always quite as evident, like this building right here. It's a little bit less pronounced on this one. Okay, so that's how you can go through your image and check if there's a problem. All right, so let's get that guide out of here. We can go up to the filter menu, down to distort, to the lens correction. This is where we can fix this. There's a distortion option up here, but we don't have a distortion problem. We have a perspective problem, which is down here. And what kind of perspective problem is? It's a vertical perspective problem. That's where our issues are. So what we do here is we drag the vertical perspective slider. If I drag it to the right, it's making it worse. So I want to drag it to the left here. And I have this grid turned on, even though it's really obnoxious. I have it turned on because it helps me line these buildings up. All right. So I'm mainly going to concentrate over here. That's where my biggest problem was. Okay. And that's looking pretty good. I'm going to try to get close. I'm not necessarily going to try to get it perfect all the time, because in doing so, look at this area that you get down here. You're going to have to crop this in a minute, which means you're going to have to make your image smaller and crop parts of your photo out. So a lot of how much of the perspective you correct depends on how much you're willing to crop out of your photo. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. You can see here I've got to crop a decent amount of area outside of this photo here. So I can keep going and try to make this more, but I'm going to kind of stop it right about here to where things still look really good. And that's not perfect, but it's close enough. And I'm going to hit OK. And then I just come back in here with my crop tool, and I'll drag out a crop, and then I'll just come inside here and just position it. Like so. Hit enter or return. So there's our new photo. So let's look at our before and after. So let's jump back a couple steps. That's before, and then that's after. Buildings are all nice and straight. Now sometimes you're going to see a little bit of a kind of a distortion, a barrel distortion, a little bow in things. Let's go Command R to show our rulers. Let's drag a guide down onto the top of the house here, and you might think it's a straightening problem, but it's not. Okay, this is straight, but you can see it's kind of bowed out there when I zoom in. All right, so that's the problem with this. That's where that distortion comes into play. So what we can do here, let's go ahead and get rid of our guide, and go up here to the filter menu, go down to distort, lens correction. That's where we do the remove distortion. If we go to the left, we make it worse. If we go to the right, we can start to kind of just bring things in there. It almost kind of pinches it in a little bit. Again, you can use that grid as a guideline. Hit OK. Come to our crop tool and just come inside here and crop these areas out. Okay, and now if I were to take a guide down onto the top of the roof, let's zoom in on that. Okay, see, it's a lot straighter. So we've removed that distortion. So there's a couple of different ways to remove any distortion or perspective problems with your photos. Keep in mind, you're always going to have to crop afterwards. So if you're shooting and you know this is going to be a problem, maybe you want to shoot with a little bit of extra area around those buildings or around whatever you're shooting with, knowing that maybe later on that you're going to have to start to crop that photo a little bit.